On this episode of Shop Talk, we're going to be talking about plastic lifting. I'm your host, Jonathan Spence. Let's get into it. We've got a 105 mulch lifter here. It's a one-row machine. Once you get your plastic laid good and tight, got a good tuck on it, throughout the season, the plastic will deteriorate. The tuck stays perfectly fine. That's the problem with pulling plastic, is you leave that tuck in the ground as you pull. So we came up with this lifter. It does a really good job. It's got some innovations in it that are a little different than others. We lift our plastic from the bottom. We use the fingers out the back to create kind of a dirt wave to get that plastic up in the middle. We don't split our plastic, we leave it solid, so it's a little bit different. We also offer a 3-row version of this machine for our larger customers that are doing that 3 rows at a time. We also offer a mulch puller, which takes the plastic from the state that you see here in this video and rolls it up into more of a bundle so you can get it out of the field more efficiently. So the adjustments are pretty simple on these lifters. When you are running 36-inch plastic like we were here today, for instance, you're going to measure in between these two standards, and you're going to give 4 inches on either side of that. So you'll measure and you'll offset 4 inches to the right and to the left. And what that does is that puts this frog right underneath that tuck and gives it every advantage that it can have to get that tuck out of the ground. Fingers run under the plastic, create that dirt wave that pull up in the center and get the plastic up out of the ground. The front coulters need to be moved as well when you move these shanks. And those coulters are there to cut vines on real viney crops like watermelons and things like that, where we won't have it build up on this shank back here. Other than that, the depth is controlled from the draft on the tractor up front, and you'll know where it needs to be as you're running. So a pretty simple machine setup. In most cases on a lot of the farms we visit, pulling plastic can be as much or more of a problem than laying it to begin with. This lifter does a really good job of lifting behind any plastic layer. It's my opinion that if you're going to get a Reddick layer, go ahead and spend the money and get yourself a Reddick lifter.